FM Jesup, Big Dog Country. Murphy's Builder Supply is where you need to go for all your home improvement projects and hardware needs. They've been serving folks in this area since 1946. Murphy's offers some products and services that you may not know about. They now sell ammunition, both bullets and shells. Murphy's also sells personalized tags for dog collars. They build customized screens for windows and doors. Murphy's can rekey locks, and of course they can make keys. They cut glass for windows, plus Murphy's has monthly doorbuster specials. Check their Facebook page to see what's on sale. Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup. Jesup Premium Storage, 1455 South 1st Street is Jesup's best place to store your valuables. Whether it's furniture between moves or just a place for the overload, call Jesup Premium Storage at 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jesup Premium Storage units are indoors, climate controlled, and they have 24-hour surveillance and on-site management. You have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to your unit. Sizes range from 5x5 to 10x25. They also have outside covered and uncovered spaces available for vehicles, boats, trailers, and RVs. Jesup Premium Storage on the Waycross Highway in Jesup.
Mike Birch Ford has the best finance department in South Georgia. We're not here to judge, we're here to help. Low interest, perfect credit is not a problem. Stop the search. Call Mike Birch.
January brought record-breaking cold, but the sales here at Mike Birch Ford were smoking hot. So now we've got to move this pre-owned inventory. We've got a great selection of clean one-owner vehicles as low as $150 a month. Stop the search. Call Mike Birch or at MikeBirchFord.com.
Oh, boy, what a busy morning. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, FM in Jesup 105.5 in your FM dial. It is a Tuesday morning, 27th day of March, 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. World-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jesup Premium Stores located out on the Waycross Highway, and by Murphy Builder Supply in Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup. It is a Tuesday morning. Tuesdays with Tillery, Senator Blake Tillery from the Gold Dome there in Atlanta. And Bob, go away and start asking the senator some questions.
Okay, we got the senator on the phone. Blake, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Bob. How about you?
I'm doing good. Winding it down. Haven't heard any earth-shattering news. Really haven't heard anything passed and approved lately. What's going on?
Well, I think that's probably good. If we can stay quiet and stay out of people's hair, that's probably the best thing. Today's day 39, the next to last day of session. It'll be the last day you have a rules calendar. There's about 80 bills on the calendar today. We clearly will not get to all of them. Those we don't reach will get tabled, and we'll start picking up on day 40, which is Thursday. As people probably remember from civics, the exact language that passes the Senate has to pass the House in order for it to get to the governor. So this is where you'll see a lot of back and forth with the Senate. You'll see, and the House, you'll see us tag bills to their bills, them tag bills to our bills. And so it's kind of very fast-paced and exciting. You almost like back in the days in football, keeping your head on a swivel because you never know where the receivers are coming from or where the defensive backs are coming from either. Today will also be a lot different because, as you know, Governor Miller passed away earlier. His body is in the process of being brought to the Capitol or brought to Atlanta right now. We'll have 3 presidents in Atlanta today, Carter, Clinton, and W. Bush will all be in Atlanta for his service today. I don't think they're coming down to the Capitol. We will not make that service because we will obviously be in session. And after that service today, they're going to bring his body to Lions State at the Capitol. So on top of what would already be a very hectic day 39, it'll also be a somber and a little bit more chaotic day because of what's going to be going on as well with Governor Miller.
Yeah, I can imagine. Let's bring people up to date on some of the issues here in Wayne County. First of all, the tipping fee. You know, when we talked to both you and Bill Werkheiser, they talked about there might be a compromise from going from $3 to $2. Any chance this is going to pass this year, or where do we stand on that?
Yeah, I actually do think it will, and that's one of those things when you talk about stuff going back and forth with the House and the Senate. I think that somebody moved a House bill that they wanted in exchange for them tagging this language on. So it's in 2 places right now. In one Senate bill, it's that tipping fee is at $3. In one House bill, that tipping fee is at $1. I think they're going to kind of meet in the middle somewhere in there. At the same time, in one of the bills, coal ash was exempted. We've been fighting Representative Werkheiser and myself to make sure that was added back in. We don't, trash is trash, especially if you're going to end up with any type like that. The whole point of that bill is to compensate communities when they are taking trash from outside areas, and also to make it a little more expensive to bring in out-of-state trash. So we don't see why there should be an exemption for anything.
What about the texting and driving? I know they were battling about the penalties if they do this. Where's that? Is that going to get passed?
I know where that one is pretty well. That came through my committee, through Senate Judiciary. Essentially, some of the amendments took and moved the bill back to where you didn't feel like it could be enforced. You could text at red lights, etc. Officers were telling us we can't tell if they're texting or if they're making a phone call. So hands-free is the only way we can enforce it. That was from the officer side. Where the bill stands right now in the Senate is it's a hands-free bill. First fine $75, and then it gets progressive from there. You'll see some amendments. One of them will be to make sure that fine is no higher than 75 on the first. In other words, any type of add-ons that may go to different things when you get a ticket, to make sure those are carved off. I've heard about that amendment. You're also going to have some amendments that come in that talk about anything from you can't put on makeup when you drive, that you can't put on, you eat a hamburger when you drive. It goes on and on and on from there. So I don't know where those amendments are going to go. That bill might end up being one of the more crazy ones on day 39.
What else? Anything else that we need to know about? You said there's going to be a busy day. These last 2 days, I'm sure it's going to be a cram session. So how long, give us an idea. You said there's 80, but how long will each bill be discussed? Is there a time limit how this works, or how does that go?
There is no time limit on a bill. And the Senate is a little different than the House. The Senate can have as many amendments on a bill as possible. The time when rules kick in is when you something called a special action. In other words, it's gone to the House, it's come back. We call that a special action. It can only have one amendment to the amendment. So those go a little bit quicker. But then if we disagree on a special action, you'll hear what's always been called the conference committee. You may hear folks say something's gone to conference. If it goes to conference, that means that 3 members of the Senate and 3 members of the House are appointed to essentially work out a deal. If they work out a deal and all of them sign off, then the Senate and the House will vote on their worked out deal. And it's an up or down vote. You can still vote down a conference committee bill. So again, so many moving parts, and they will all happen in the next 72 hours. It'll be a really quick pace day, a really quick pace week. Other bills that you asked about they're of local significance, really statewide significance. The TAVT bill, you may remember a few years ago, about 5 years back, we did away with the birthday tax on cars. Ever since we've done that, and I wasn't in the General Assembly at the time, but ever since that was done, it's caused some consternation on both sides. One, when people move to Georgia and they're hit with we call it the Welcome to Georgia tax when they pick up their tag, the same tax you pay when you buy a new car. So is that really the best way to welcome people to Georgia with a $2,000, $3,000 tax on a vehicle? Maybe not. And then there's some gaming of the system with used cars. Trying to look at that a little bit. One of the things that happened in the bill coming from the House over to the Senate is all the language about gaming the system with used cars was stripped out, and it basically became a bill concerning the split of revenues between local governments and the state. It leaves the school systems out. You're going to see some amendments today to fix that, to shore that up on behalf of school systems. I still don't support it even after those amendments. I just don't think it doesn't address the underlying problem that we were trying to address to begin with. So I'll be voting against it, but that's a bill that could very easily go to conference. And we may see that again. You're also going to see some amendments start flying from folks who are running for governor or running for higher office, trying to put other folks in a bad box. One of those boxes may be concerning medical marijuana. We saw a few of those amendments fly across on Friday, the last day we were in session. You could easily see a few more fly across today, and I fully expect it. I expect that one senator in particular is going to do that. So again, it's going to be one of those days that I wish I could tell you what to expect. All I can tell you is it's going to be interesting.
Well, again, we've enjoyed it every Tuesday. Tuesday's Artillery. You're going to be at the Post-Legislative Luncheon here in Wayne County on April the 12th. You and Chad and Bill will be all in Wayne County at the big event to give an overview of the legislative session. We always do the action issues before you head up there in January, and then after you get done, you come here in April and do the post-legislative luncheon, which is always well attended. So we'll look forward to that. Again, enjoy your stay in Atlanta. I'm sure you're going to be glad to get out of there and get back to real country.
I'm ready to get back to that day job. The bills don't stop when you're sitting up here. And thank y'all again for allowing me to do this again this year. It's a pleasure, and I appreciate the folks from Wayne County who have always chimed in with their opinions that I'm always ready to hear.
Hey, Blake, again, appreciate it. Again, it's been a nice thing here on the Butch and Bob Show every Tuesday. Tuesdays with Tillery, Wednesdays with Orkeiser. Appreciate you and Bill taking your time every morning to give us an update. I think people have enjoyed it, and as you mentioned, they've been able to reach out and ask you questions, email you, and if anything was on their mind during the session. So it's been a great addition to the Butch and Bob Show the last couple of years. We appreciate you being on here every Tuesday, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the post-legislative luncheon.
Thank you, sir. Hope we get to do it again next year.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay, thank you very much, Senator Blake Tillery, right here on Big Dog Country, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. And just a couple more days for them to be in session, and then Blake will get back down here to his district and to Vidalia to his law practice, and we do appreciate him doing that. We'll have Representative Werkheiser on tomorrow morning with Wednesdays with Werkheiser. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, world-famous Butch and Bob Show for this Tuesday morning, the 27th day of March. And we've got folks in from hospice this morning. And, of course, if we got somebody in from hospice, it's usually Mr. Poindexter himself, Jim Poindexter. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
Let me get your mic up. Go ahead. Say it again.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Doing great.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Well, you come here with lots of different hats on, and today you got your Hospice of South Georgia hat on, don't you?
That's right, I do.
Okay, and you're going to be introducing this morning a new person that's working in Hospice of South Georgia, and tell us about her, what's her duties, name, the whole thing.
Well, we are great. We have a great opportunity here with this young lady. Her name is Bridget Beasley. She moved up here from Lake City, Florida. She is the Director of Marketing for Hospice of South Georgia, and she brings a whole new set of ideas to our marketing program, and she started a little over a week ago, and there was no grass that grew under her feet. Boy, she's hit the ground running, and yes, and we are really proud to have her on board with us. And this morning she's going to talk about one of our upcoming programs. Actually, it's in process right now, so I'll let her tell you a little bit about it. So.
Okay, Bridget Beasley, the new marketing director for Hospice of South Georgia. Good morning, Bridget.
Good morning, everyone.
You mentioned that you moved here from Lake City, Florida, but originally your roots are in Baxley, Georgia, right?
Yes, my entire family lives in Baxley, Georgia, so I'm super excited to be back close to home. So just living the country life.
All right, the new marketing director. What does that mean, marketing director of Hospice of South Georgia?
Well, basically, we just want to get hospice out there. We are a not-for-profit organization, so we definitely want to be involved within the community. So we just want to let everybody know what we're doing. We want to really be involved within the community. So.
Okay. You've got sheets in front of you there, a good event coming up. Tell us what's going on with Hospice of South Georgia.
Yes, actually right now we're hosting an Easter food drive. It's all non-perishable and canned food items, and all the proceeds will go to Tabitha's Place. And we've had a great response from all of the community. We've had business owners donate. We've had our employees donate, people donate. So we're super excited. It ends on March 29th, which is actually this Thursday, and then everything will go up to Tabitha's Place, and she'll distribute it to the people in need of the community. So
once again, how can a person participate and help y'all out?
Yes, you can either drop it off by Hospice, South Georgia. Yes.
What do they drop off?
Non-perishable items, canned food items,
okay.
Just anything that, I kind of thought of spring cleaning, clean out your pantry if you want to get rid of some stuff that, you might not have eaten and you don't have a taste for. We will definitely take anything.
Well,
so.
as long as the cans are not bulging, they'll be just fine.
Yes. And I just want to thank everyone who's donated so far. Like I said, we've had a great response to it. Everyone in the community has been so welcoming to me, and I'm just so thankful that everyone's so kind.
Okay. So you come in, I'm sure that you went through an interview process when they were looking for the marketing director, and they decided to choose you. Tell us what kind of information did you give them to say, hey, I'm the right person for this? What kind of ideas did you come in with when you did the interview?
Well, basically, my degree is in marketing, so that's what I went to college for. That's my past history. So, I mean, the previous job I had, this is exactly what I did. Hospice, I really want to get involved with social media. We definitely want to get out there in the community because we're not for profit. I just want to stress that. It's such a great cause, and we want to help the community just like everyone is helping us. And hospice is just a great organization, and the team is absolutely wonderful. So I just can't stress that enough.
Where'd you get your marketing degree from?
University of North Florida in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville.
Yes.
That campus is growing down there.
Yes, it is becoming so large. It is, and it's a great college. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Bob, questions or comments for Bridget this morning?
Welcome to Wayne County.
Thank you. I do have one more announcement.
You got plenty of time. You got 14 more minutes. So.
Actually, on Tuesday, May 1st, we're going to have a Mr. Herb Brown from Southern Power Company, Georgia Power, and he is going to be doing. We attended an active shooter class, me and Jim, and it was absolutely wonderful as far as like what you can do in a situation that's an active shooter. Well, he teaches a purse protection class for women, so we're going to have that.
Purse
protection.
Purse protection.
Yes, he states that, women don't know how much in their purse they can use as self-defense. So we're going to offer, Hospice of South Georgia is going to offer on Tuesday, May 1st at 6 o'clock, we're going to have a purse protection class, and we just want to invite anyone in the community that wants to come. I mean, obviously men can come, I just don't know if they're carrying around purses, but we'll take anybody who wants to come, and it was such a great course. Jim, like I said, Jim was there. We walked in the door and there were just bags you didn't notice, and he was like, "Did anybody notice anything weird today?" And nobody said anything. Well, there was a big bag of explosives in one place, and then there was a bag of guns. So it just really opens your eyes to situations like that are going on all over the world today.
Well, Jim and I don't carry our purses here in Jesup, Wayne County. When we're out of town, Jim, we're big on that, aren't we? Huh?
I always leave mine in the car.
You always leave yours in the car.
Yes, so we would love to have everyone participate. I'm going to get that ball rolling, and it'll be all. If you don't follow us on Facebook, please do. It's Hospice of South Georgia. We are, like I said, we're going to get really involved with the community because we're not for profit, and we appreciate everything that everyone has done for us.
All right, and just get the information to us. Social media is great, but the traditional media of radio and newspaper down there with Eric and the gang, we can get it out to thousands and thousands and thousands of people also.
Yes, well, hopefully you'll have me back, and I'll be able to.
Oh, we'll have you there. Jim, we practically got up a parking spot out there for him with JP on it, So we would love to have you on just as often as we possibly can to promote hospice and all the different events that y'all got coming up and ways that people can participate and help hospice. And because Jim, y'all still have future plans for a facility, right?
Yes, we do. The plans are still in place for an inpatient facility to be added on to our office there, and we will be doing a lot of marketing and fundraising in the very near future for that, so that we can get started on that.
Okay. And so Hospice of South Georgia, located on Sunset Boulevard across from Bill Maher's Park. Nice facility there, isn't it, Bridget?
Yes, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It actually has like a little chapel inside of it, and it's just a wonderful place. The people are wonderful. The place is wonderful. The town's wonderful. The community is just so kind. So we're super excited.
Do you happen to drive back and forth to Baxley each day since your family's there?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I bet.
do. It's a beautiful ride, though. Actually, yesterday I had to go to Glenville, and I rode back that way, and it was the most beautiful countryside.
Yeah, I have to go up. I go down Highway 2 or 3 every day. I live out on the other side of Kayville. Actually, I live just across into the Appleton County line there. And it is a beautiful drive when you're out in the country.
Yes.
Especially as they're planting the crops right now and doing that. And it's just nice to see that and see the cows. They're out there.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah. And so, Jim, y'all got that going on at Hospice, and she talked about the upcoming event, and then talking about trying to get these non-perishable items in by Thursday.
Yes, by Thursday. And if you can't drop these off, I'll be more than happy to go pick them up. So you can just give me a call, and then I'll be there and pick them up from you.
Okay, sounds good. Brand new marketing director for Hospice of South Georgia. Let's give her a big Wayne County welcome. Bridget Beasley. Family all lives up in Baxley, but as a child she moved down to Florida, Lake City area, and then went to college there at University of North Florida, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're in Jacksonville. All right, Jim, what else?
Well, we've got one other big event that's coming up, and I've been on before to talk about it. It's Music Fest 2018, and this is hosted by Sonic Drive-In here in Jesup.
The restaurant there on South First Street?
Yes.
Okay.
Lee Wilson
is the managing partner.
The managing partner has actually done a remarkable job in putting this together.
How did he get all these name folks coming in here? How did he do that?
He's well known and well connected because when people start calling him and say, "Is your lineup full?" He's done this before.
Oh,
though.
yeah,
He has put on.
Website. Hold on, go ahead. Keep talking. I gotta do something.
He has put on the Music Fest and fundraisers for national organizations such as Make-A-Wish Foundation, and so this is not new to him, and so he is bringing in. There's 7 young people, including some American Idol contestants from 2016, and it's a great lineup, and our sponsors are just tremendous. Yesterday, Woody Folsom came on board and is providing some vans for transportation for us, and it's just really a great lineup of sponsors. R&R Auto Sales, Huddle House, Fatback Tees, First Southern Bank, Code Blue Tactical, La Quinta Inn, Overholt Construction, Certeros, Coca-Cola, Western Sizzling, and others. The list just goes on and on and on for our sponsors, and we just can't thank them enough for all they've done. But one thing that has happened is during this process, one of the young men that is coming in to the concert, named Braden Ryle, his father owns a recording studio in Nashville, and he wanted to write a song about Camp Hope.
Right.
That song has been written. We just got it just this past weekend, and it is tremendous. Well, later on that night, Lee called me, and this was around 9:30 at night. I don't know that the guy ever sleeps. He's working constantly on something.
Okay.
So, but he called me and said that the producer for Taylor Swift's music videos has gotten wind of it somehow and is interested and will be coming down here to produce a music video for the song.
For the song itself.
Camp Hope.
All right.
And so what we're trying to do, it's very short notice, I know that, but all of the students that have ever been to Camp Hope and for the past 10 years, because this is our 10th year anniversary,
and y'all hold that every fall for kids who've gone through some sort of...
Would like them to be involved in the music video, and I'll be getting out to the schools and talking to the students at the schools about this, and so we're really trying to put this on. So he will be down here the weekend of the concert. They will be shooting part of the music video at the concert.
Okay.
And so it'll be a tremendous opportunity for us, and they have turned over all the royalties and everything and donated the song to Hospice of South Georgia, specifically for Camp Hope. And so all the sales of the song and everything will go toward funding Camp Hope.
Well, which Hospice does every single fall for children that have lost a loved one.
Yes.
And to go over there and to go through a healing process for that weekend because we have y'all on every single fall before then. Now, I know that you sent the song to us, but you sent it. How did you get the song? Did it come directly to your smartphone, or did it come through email and then you get it to your smartphone?
It came through to Lee, and then Lee sent it to me through my phone.
Okay, now can Lee send it to our email address?
Yes.
Because the quality of from Lee to your smartphone to us is a little garbled, and I don't want to put that on the air because it's a beautiful song, but it didn't sound quite right. So I don't want to give the song disservice by the quality of the transmission from the phone to here.
I'll have him to do that. Two of the artists that are coming in for the concert actually sang the song.
Okay.
Braden Ryle, as well as Alexis Raines, and it's a tremendous song.
It is. I listened to it yesterday when it came in, and it's a great song. But to put it on the air, I wanted it broadcast quality so folks will really like it instead of being just somewhere out there in the air. It got garbled. So if you could have Lee send it directly to the addresses that I gave you.
Yeah, that surprised me. My phone stays garbled.
And
I keep blaming it on my phone.
Yeah, I guess you just blame it on your phone, right? So if he would send it directly from his email to our email, okay, and bypass the smartphones, then we could have broadcast quality, and then we could put it on the air.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that.
All right. So this big event, this big music fest coming up at Sonic is on what date?
It's on April the 14th is the concert. Now,
okay,
they will be in here on April the 13th, and they will be doing visits with the sponsors. They will have lunch at Western Sizzling on Friday and at Suchero's on Saturday. But there'll be a lot of activities going on while they're here on that Friday, going around and talking to students. There'll be a little mini concert at the middle schools, 9 o'clock at Martha Puckett Middle School, and at 1:45 at Arthur Williams Middle School. And so it's just going to be a great weekend.
And it's a free concert for everyone.
It's a free concert.
So you just show up at Sonic. What time does it begin on that date?
The concert actually begins at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But there's going to be events going on throughout the day.
Throughout the day at Sonic,
Car show from 10 to 2. There's a hot dog eating contest for all you hot dog lovers out there. That'll be at noon.
Okay.
And so there'll be opportunities to meet and greet with the artists that are coming in.
Okay.
One thing, on Friday night, April the 13th, there is a special backstage opportunity, so to speak, with the artist. You must have a VIP ticket and or a badge, and the badges for the event, there is $20 for one badge and $30 for two.
Okay.
So if you're interested in going backstage, sort of listening to the sound checks and talk to him and autographs and everything, then they can purchase those badges. So,
okay. All right, sounds good. I know we'll have you on there. Once again, that date is?
April the 14th.
April 14th, okay. Not far away.
Expect some news stations to come in and being able to film parts of it. I think
we're going to have the news stations actually come across the Ottawa River for this?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Man, with a story where there's not any violence involved. I'm glad they're doing that. No, I'm just kidding at TOC and the gang up there. They do a decent job down this way, but a lot of times we don't get the coverage that we'd like, but that's just the way it is.
Yes.
They got a lot of counties to cover.
That's true.
All right, but I'm glad they're coming down for this music fest and give it publicity as a big fundraiser for Hospice of South Georgia, especially for Camp Hope.
Specifically Camp Hope.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. Once again, Bridget, welcome to Wayne County. Good luck with your job as the new marketing director for Hospice of South Georgia. Jim, I'm sure we'll see you soon and have you back on here, both of y'all, to talk about the upcoming events at Hospice, okay? Bob, any questions, comments for either one of our guests this morning?
She was a graduate of Baffin County, but she says she's not, so I was curious where she went to high school.
No, I went to Columbia High School in Lake City.
Yeah, you moved this child down.
Yeah.
All righty. Sounds good. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks.
All right, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply, located on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, just down from the big red caboose also brought to you by Jesup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway and by Mike Birch Ford.